Man, Top Kit 100 in the building. You already know straight 100 mob status. Man, you tune into the Real Field TV. Now, y'all know I brought from my other channel, you know what I mean, which is T Vision's Media Uncut. You know what I mean? That's still a thing. It's still going on. But I recently started doing Fredo Bang and NBA YoungBoy videos over here. So the people that been tuned in here, like, this is something new to them. So they don't know what's going on. So let me give them a brief, just a run through of how this whole thing started. You know, up on the other channel, I already got, you know what I mean, how the whole setup theory and all of this went down. And we will be touching up on a little bit of that. But let's start off by saying NBA YoungBoy was cool with, you know, Lil Hurt, and that's how he got introduced to G Money, which is Lil Hurt older brother. Now, check this out. Here's how it went down. They say NBA YoungBoy ended up stealing something from Lil Hurt and G Money, and then ended up blaming it on his cousin, which he rep, named Boozilla. You see what I mean? You hear that a lot in NBA YoungBoy raps. Now, so Boozilla, you know, he also stole from. So Boozilla wanted to do something to him as well. So NBA YoungBoy was basically a thief, you know what I'm saying? This whole thing started from him thieving. You see what I mean? You know what I mean? From both sides and putting them against each other. And this is why in the video with the real G Money called Industry, he said, had me looking for your cousin, he wanted to kill you. I put a 30 up under my pistol. You see what I'm saying? That's why he said that, because of that whole situation. So now Boozilla gets into it with TBG, you know what I'm saying? Because YB told him that, you know, TBG stole his pack and stuff like that. And, you know, so he going at it, the BBG and TBG going at it. So, you know, Boozilla snapping on TBG. And he dissing Boozilla, cause this is Boozilla. Now Boozilla is dissing Dussa. You see what I'm saying? Which is a part and head of FL game, and he'll be coming up next. And so what G Money did was, G Money was already beefing with Boozilla and stuff like that, from what I was told and from what everybody else know or whatever. So what he ended up doing was letting Dussa, you know what I mean, do what he had to do. So Dussa ended up getting his peoples to catch Boozilla, and then they ended up happening to Boozilla. You see Baby Joe in the background. You see what I mean? You see NBA Michi, which is NBA YoungBoy other cousin. Now, they didn't mess with YB back then like that because of the whole G Money situation. They think that G Money did something he didn't. So Dussa, which is the dude you see right here, Zilla got or whatever the case may be. YoungBoy blows up, he makes it or whatever, and he started throwing shots at G Money. So G Money, you know what I mean, started, you know, letting out, you know, trying to expose him and stuff like that, going on IG Live with Fat Chapo, you know what I mean, dissing him and stuff like that. So when he started dissing him, what he ended up doing was, he ended up putting a target on his back, you know what I'm saying? Because they had ended up, you know, busting up the truck that him and Boulevard Quick was in before, you know what I'm saying? So it was already stuff happening behind the scenes, you know, from what people are saying. So this live right here particular, and this, so G Money ended up releasing Industry, and a week later, it ended up doing numbers. Fredo Bang is locked up at this time. So what YB do is, YB gets mad, and YB talk to Dump, and Dump talks him into, you know what I mean, dropping the bag. So when he dropped the bag, Baby Joe and Ben 10 orchestrates the hit on G Money, which he passed where you see him standing at. Now, they start stalking his IG Live from that time on. You know what I mean? When Dump talked YB into, you know what I mean, letting him drop the bag. So now they say a lot about this whole situation, you know, and Fat Chapo recently had an interview explaining the whole situation. Now, this is the same studio G Money got hit up at, as you can see them walking in. And Fat Chapo was describing how it went down and how inside the room you got to walk through their door, like you see. Then you gotta walk in a room. Then you turn through another room, and then that's the studio. So when the shots went off, they couldn't really hear anything. But they say Herm was the gunman. You know what I mean? That's what Baby Joe said. And then the internet say they caught OTS Lil Pap, which is Ben 10 blood brother. You know what I mean? Which dude you see in the video right now. You know what I mean? They say he the gunman. So don't nobody really know who the gunman of G Money is for real, for a fact, but the people who know. This is where it happened at. And then we end up getting the news on what happened because they caught him walking out. He ended up walking out by himself, walking out the door by himself. So when he ended up walking out the door by himself, they sneak attacked him. You know what I mean? Fat Chapo, you know what I mean, told G Money don't leave out. You know what I mean? Yeah, he was looking for his phone or something, you know what I mean? But his gun ended up having 4 shots in it. So Fat Chapo goes through this whole thing of being blamed for G Money death and all this stuff, and he set up G Money and all this stuff, and everybody ended up being wrong. Cause when you look at the video, man, to me you can see the hurt in his eyes, bro. And you gotta understand, bro, like just because Fredo stopped messing with him and he said what he said about him in that song Demons doesn't mean that he know everything that happened. Now, the dude in the Lincoln jersey that you see, know what I mean, TBG Nino, know what I mean, you could say Glizzy the Menace as he up on IG, know what I mean, that's Baby Joe cousin. So Baby Joe ended up putting out Buzzer Beater saying a little bit about the situation. Fat Chapo, since his name was on the hook, you know what I mean, was mentioned in the song, he ended up coming back with the song Get Flipped. Now, Fredo Bang gets out of jail, and in jail, he gets word about the whole dump situation. So he gets Lil Yoshi, and he gets Boulevard Quick in the Black Hood to go get dumped. And when Dump got, then that's when you seen it was real. And now we at where we at now. You know what I mean? To fast forward with all the diss songs and all this stuff with people talking about it is snitching, but they telling everything through their raps. You know what I mean? Because it's a whole timeline behind this. You see what I mean? Baby Joe on IG Live, and he talking a lot about the situation, and he ended up getting shot in the ear by Lil Yoshi. That's what they trying to say. You know what I mean? Because they saying Baby Joe told, you know what I mean, which there's no paperwork. But Ben 10, you know what I mean, brother was supposed to have been the gunman and stuff. Him and Fredo Bang stay throwing shots on the internet at each other. You know what I mean? And then every other verse, you know what I mean, you keep hearing, you know what I mean, Fredo talking about he gonna go send Osama to do this and that. So we got to just be careful about the names they mentioning. They need to be careful about it, not us. You know what I mean? Because that's the crazy thing. Now, this is supposed to be Ben 10 blood brother right here. So, you know, people say that his fingerprints was up on the guns that he dropped off in another section of Baton Rouge. That's why, you know, he up on trial right now and the trial's still going. So we'll find out what's going on with the whole situation and find out is they going to get justice for G Money or not. But, you know, it may be some parts left out, you know, I may get deeper into it, maybe some parts, but that was just a brief. You know, if I left something out, if I messed up, so what? Shut up. You know what I'm saying? I'm coming with more information. Shout out to the real ones.